I heard someone's talking trash, bro. So that's why I gotta step up. You know what I mean, someone's talking trash, man. It was me. I was talking trash to myself, man. Early morning workout. You ready? Hey, man. Look, you guys got 30 seconds, man, for you to come on. All right, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. In the meantime, watch me warm up. Right. Backhand swing. Warm up rotated cuffs, right? Backhand swing. Warm it up. Warm up good, man. Yeah. Backhand swing. Warm it up. Like 2 minutes, right? Yeah, that's right. 2 minutes to get it. All right. Warm up the backhand swing, man. Rotated cuffs. Get them warm up. Right. There we go. All day. Once you get your rotator cuff warm up, right? We'll warm up the wrist next, right? You can warm up the wrist with the hammer too, right? By doing like so. Yeah. It's very important. It's the foundation. It's the, I guess you can say, the foundation. Foundation is important, man, because if you don't warm up properly, man, you get injured. So if you get injured, you can't train. You can't train. You get no result. You get no result. Then you get depressed. Then you get depressed. Then guess what? You won't be a dopamine. You won't be a dopamine. Okay, I forgot the word. What do you call it? Dopamigenic. Nothing. Oh man. I don't do drugs, bro. I do dopamine. Get it? It's a nerd joke, man. Look, if you don't know science, man, you probably don't know what that means. Dopamine is the excitement that when you get high, like above, like Snoop Dogg is right now. He's too high, right? His latest release was 20 years ago, right? Drop it like it hot. It dropped because it was so hot. You know, it dropped it all the way down to drop it hot. Yeah, I'm starting a beef with Snoop Dogg for fun, man. No. Let me address this beef, right? Check it out. One is, I made it up, right? Two is, look, this is the reason why I'm calling Snoop Dogg, man. No, check that. Here's the reason why I'm calling out Snoop Dogg. One, homeboy said, hey, man, I'm gonna give you $10,000. You come to my live. Then I said, excuse me? You know who I am? I was like, I'm the modern bar of chaos, bro. I'm the one that's gonna be in the literature book. You Snoopy, you need to get back down to earth. Like, I'm still mortal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, Snoop Dogg, I'm still immortal. Get your head back down to mortal plane. You know what I'm saying? I'm the modern bar of chaos, bro. Hey, what's up, Jordine? Hey, is that your kid? Dang, homeboy flossing the freckles, man. The cheeks, man. Let me guess. Are you British? Just kidding. Hey, what's up? So I was talking about Snoop Dogg, right? Snoop Dogg offered me $10,000, right, to go to his live. And I said, no, brother. You come to my live for free, bro. You know what I'm saying? What can I say? No. Oh, you're not from English? Okay. Where you from? I'm from Long Beach, California, USA. Hey, what's up, Melissa? Wait, is that Melissa? Hi, Melissa. My name is Sam. Some people call me Samuel. Some people call me, El Bardo. Some call me, the Cosmic Jester. Some call me just sexies. So I came on today, man, just to brag real quick, man. Just to brag, and at the same time calling out Snoop Dogg, man, because homeboy's tripping, right? Homeboy from LBC too, right? But the same thing is that he's from LBC, but his head is way too up in the cloud. He's always high. You know what I'm saying? Homeboy's always high. So because he's always high, he need to bring his butt back down to the mortal plane where I'm at, and I'm the modern bar of chaos, right? Homeboy's like, I'm gonna give you $10,000. You come to my live. I said, nah, bro, you come to my live for free. What can I say? All right, let's get to workout. Ready? All right, so good. Again, Jordine, and Melissa, what you want to do? What's that? Is that check? No. What flag is that? Wait, it looks. Hold on a second. Oh man, my geography is gonna kill me. That's not check, is it? No. No. I apologize. I forgot what flag that was. Green and white. Let's see. It's not check. It's Ukraine. No. I forget it later. But welcome. Welcome. All right. So first, we're gonna use the hammer, right? The hammer. You want to warm up the rotator cuffs with just that area, right? Because when people train sometimes, they always pull that rotator cuffs, right? And when you pull that rotator cuff, once you pull it, that four muscle compound, once you tear that part, right, it will never be the same. The tension wise, it will never be that elastic. So the last thing you want to do is you don't want to mess that up, right? Because that area is very important. So what you want to do is that you want to take a hammer or a smaller hammer and you want to warm up with a backhand swing, like Federer, right? Look at Federer, form, or Nadal, right? And backhand swing, right? Like so, right? Why? Because watch this area, right? Watch this, watch. See that? And warm up your rotator cuffs. You want to do 25 of the backhand swing, all right? So you want to do 25 of the backhand swing, like so, right? See that? Backhand swing. You want to do 25 of that. And after you do the 25 of the backhand swing, you warm up that rotator cuff, but at the same time, you want to warm up the next part, which is the wrist, right? To prevent injury, because the wrist and the rotator cuffs are the foundation to lift freely without having to worry about pulling a muscle, so that way you won't get injured, right? Because when you get injured, you won't get the result. When you get the result, you get the motivation, right? So we always want to warm up properly by warming up the rotator cuff that people neglect and the wrist, right? Because now you can warm up with the hammer like this. For example, you can use this here. Let's see here. All right. A small little hammer, right? It's the same way, right? If it's too light, focus on the form, right? If it's too light, focus on the form, right? Focus on the squeeze, right? But at the same time, you can also warm up your wrist like this too, right? You could. The whole point is to warm it up properly, so that way, when you go to your kettlebell, right, you get to, again, be more of a movement, right? So now you're doing a full body workout, right? Now the full body workout, you want to do this 30 seconds, right? You want to do 30 seconds of this dance here, right? Right? After the 30 seconds, you want to spread it out for 30 seconds, right? Like so, right? To stimulate the full body movement, to give you the tone, the definition without the bulk, right? To fit into that jeans, to fit into that shirt, right? Because that's what you do. Let me borrow $1. Hey, come to Long Beach, I hand it to you. All right. So now once you do that, right, for 30 seconds each, you want to come straight to, right, shrugs. So now this will be a superset. All right, ladies, fellas, a superset. You want to do 25, right? So 30 seconds of those, you come straight to the shrugs, right? You see how I'm slightly leaning forward? You want to do like so, 25, right? After that 25, you want to go straight to 25 of the lateral raises. Bring it to your chest right here, right? Like so, right? 25. Remember, it's a superset. See that? Slightly lean forward, right? 25. You want to do that? And now you want to stimulate the blood flow by doing a stiff leg deadlift, but bring it to your knees, like so, right? Why? Because we only want to focus on the lumbar, the low back area, to stimulate the blood flow up. So that way it will balance the burn, the calories, right? Like so. See that? You want to do 25. Remember, it's a superset, right? Once you do that 25, right, you want to come back to the shrug to bring the blood flow back up, right? So you want to bring it back to 25. So that's a 100 repetition, right? Superset. But do you see why that matters, right? It's because you are building the endurance. You're building the protocol to warm up the wrist, the foundation. You build up the foundation of warming up the rotator cuffs, so that way you stimulate the blood flow, right? When you stimulate the blood flow, it pushes and burns the calories, right? Without getting that bulk, without getting that, you know, that inability to really, right, to move. Because to move is very important. That's why you want to warm up properly. Because if you don't warm up properly, hey, what's up, Jay? Because when you don't warm up, goat, hey, what's up, goat? Because when you don't warm up properly, you might get injured, all right, guys? I'll be back in the evening, like what, 7 hours now? And make sure, I'm gonna post a video, make sure you watch it and warm up properly, all right? Adios, see you next time. And hey, thanks guys for coming on. See you next time. And always, man, stay sexy.